Hi everyone, my name is Remi Bolduc from Montreal, and this is my 12th video on jazz improvisation. Today I will talk about odd meters. Last two videos I talked about harmony, so I figure it's a good time to change topic. And I will talk about the 7/4 in particular, and it's what I'm gonna be talking about today is kind of a workout, little things to do. I mean, this is something I did work on, more or less. And there is, at one point, I was teaching at Banff in and in Alberta, and I was there with Kenny Warner invited me to teach there alongside with great players such as Chris Potter, Joe Lovano, Dave Douglas, and Chris Potter gave a master class, and someone asked him, "How do you work on 7/4?" And Chris Potter said, "Well, you have to know how many notes there is in a bar." And then he took his horn and he played Alone Together in 7 for about 10 minutes. And it was, of course, really amazing. And I was like, wow. I mean, for me to know there is 14 notes in the bar, it's not enough. I mean, but if it's enough for you, I mean, you don't need to do maybe any of the workout I'm going to be talking about. But it helped me. I mean, I felt that I needed maybe a little bit more specifics in my practice, something to practice specifically to get better in those odd meters. So it's still a work in progress. Sorry, a work in progress. 7/4. I'll put this on so I can hear. I'm gonna put a little track for you guys so you hear what I'm playing against. I don't necessarily do that when I practice. I'll do it alone often, but sometimes not alone. Sometimes with the track as well. So never the same. Let me organize this. So I'll play. We'll do that over I Remember You, and we'll put it in 7. So in 7/4, I guess the most common 7/4 is to play a bar 4 and a bar 3. So you take any standard and you take off one beat from the second bar. So it become a bar 4 and the second bar become a bar 3. Often the way, I mean, there is other ways, of course, but this is the most common. When somebody call a standard in 7/4, that's usually what they do. The 4/4, the clave would be 2 half note, and then when you get to the 3/4, 1, 2, 3, you do 2 dotted quarters. So it sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, which is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. So this is a clave. In my workout here, we'll talk about how to use the clave as a starting point to practice. So maybe let's hear a bit how the tune sounds first. Let me press play somewhere here, and that should go like this. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, Sorry, this headphone. I don't usually practice with that. So we'll take this clave. Bum, 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 bum. Let's start by playing the clave. As you see, there is not many notes in there. So what I'll do over the 4/4, I'll play 4 quarter notes. So I will use quarter notes and dotted quarters. So it's gonna sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I'll use this clave. So let's play this clave, and I will start the workout. So what I'll do, I'll remove one of those rhythms, one of those quarter notes, or the quarter note at the time. And eventually after that, I'll add notes. So if I had, I'm not gonna go remove the first one. I play like that for a while, remove the second one. Remove the third one. Pa, 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 stop. The fourth one. 1, 2, 3. Pa, pa, stop. Pa, 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 pa. Move the next one, the fifth one. Pa, 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 stop. Pa, 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 stop. Correct, let's remove it. Stop. Now remove the next one. Pa, 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 pa. Pa, 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 pa. The last one. Play. Okay, I could, go on and remove two, at the time, say, remove the two first one. And so on, I could do all the possibilities. Remove the first one, the third one. And so on. So I won't do that now. What I'll do, I'll start adding notes. So when I add notes, I'm just gonna add 8 notes within those claves. So they're gonna go like this. Say, pa, 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 pa. I'll start by adding 2 notes within one of those claves. Between the first one, the second one. And I go, pa, ba, da, pa, 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 da, pa, ba, da, pa, and then move on to the next one. Eventually, I do have to breathe somewhere. I'll stop whenever I need to breathe. Okay, now the next one. Pa, pa, ba, da, pa, pa. Pa, 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 ba, da, pa, pa. Okay, now we did them all. Now we're going to do 2 at a time. All right. Pa, ba-bu-do-ba-da, ba-bu-do-ba-da. I will start to leave a few of the claves out because I need to breathe. Ba-bu-do-ba-da, ba-sta, ba-bu-do-ba-da, ba-ba. Maybe I'll go ba-bu-do-ba-ba, ba-sta, ba-bu-do-ba-da. Next one, I'm supposed to go ba-bu-do-ba-da, ba-sta, go ba-bu-do-ba-da, 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 stomp, ba-bu-do-ba-da. Ba-bu-do-ba-ba, ba-bu-do-ba-da, stomp, ba-bu-do-ba-da. Ba-bu-do-ba-da, we're dead. Now we're gonna go ba-bu-do-ba-do-ba, ba-bu-do-ba-do-ba, ba-bu-do-ba-do-ba. That's two. Ba-bu-do-ba-dee-bo-ba, ba-bu-do-ba-dee-bo-ba. Okay, now I can go three at a time. I'm gonna go ba-bu-do-bo-do-bo-ba, ba-bu-do-bo-do-bo-ba. Ba-bu-do-bo-da, ba-bu-do-bo-do-do-da, ba-bu-do-bo-do-bo-ba, ba-bu-do-bo-do-bo-ba. Ba-bu-do-bo-do-bo-ba. Now, ba-bu-do-bo-do-bo-do-ba, ba-bu-do-bo-do-bo-do-da. One. Ba-bu-dee-bo-do-ba-dee-bo-da, ba-bu-ba-bu-ba-bu-ba, ba-bu-da-bu-ba-bu-da. Okay, now two more notes. So ba-bu-do-bo-dee-bo-dee-bo-da, ba-bu-do-bo-dee-bo-dee-bo-da. Ba-bu-dee-bo-dee-ba-bu-do-ba, ba-bu-do-ba-dee-ba-bu-do-da. Ba-bu-do-bo-do-bo-do-ba-do-ba, ba-bu-do-ba-dee-da-bu-do-ba. mean, by then I'm almost like playing the whole thing. Like say, okay, so I find this does help me to fill in all the 8 notes within the bar, thinking about this clave, and this does in a way it comes to what Chris Potter was saying about how many 8 notes there is in the bar. So that helped. Now I can do this with the other claves. This is what we call the 7/4 clave because it's 7 chord notes. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. There is other claves. There is the 7/8 clave, and you can go on the 7/2 as well. The 7/8 would be twice faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's hard to say in English. In French we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the clave is often divided. Again, there is other possibilities, but often 2 and 3. 2, 2, 3. Go. Ba, 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 stomp, 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 stomp. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is the 7 clave. I could use this clave the same and remove some like we did before and add 8 notes. Bum, 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 or bum, 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 stuff like that. And I try different possibilities. And when I add notes, ba-bo-do, ba, ba-do, ba-do, ba-bo-do, ba, ba-do, da, ba, ba-bo-do, ba, ba-do, ba, ba, etc. But I won't go in this, I won't do this part of the routine, but this is something I work on. I'll go on the side of the 7/2, because sometimes it's a bit less common. So when I do 7/2, I'm basically filling the half note, which should be this. It's like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. And so this is twice lower, and this generates different type of rhythms. I'll show you what I can do with this. The other clave was, the other 7/4 was here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? So let me just basically play with this in mind. How that sounds. If I go simpler, so there is different way to go about it. I'll show you one idea that I work on sometime. I'll be thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. This works well if the bass wants to walk and doesn't want to switch around the 7 and stay like more like a real type of swing where the hi-hat is on 2 and 4. So I'm basically thinking 3 bar 4 and a bar of 2 4. 3 bar 4 is 12 beat, a bar 2 4, bring it to 14. 14 divided by 2, 7 4. So the 7/2 works out as a 14 4 if I want. I'll try to make it sound like that. 4 4 4 and 2. course, with the written section that is so square, it does sound a little forced. But I'll use that. It's good for, I find that some players, it helped them because they basically can play the vocabulary they would use when they play in 4/4, except for last bar. You just go 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Then there is that last bar that is shorter, so a lot of lines would come together. Another idea too that I do in my workout is focus on the upbeats. So let's say I'll focus on the upbeat of the first, the end of one, which would be 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sorry about my French. I just find easier to count in 7 when I'm counting in French because of the 7 that take 2 beats. So I want to go. Now I'll add notes before. And keep adding. And so on. So here I skipped a few, but I basically always want to add 1/8 note before the accent. Like if I do the end of 2, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, and 3, 4. I'll start with the accent. So you see, sometimes, I'm not 100% solid on this, so it's a good exercise. I find it helps me to focus on where I'm going with my line and find different type of resolution. In this case, focusing less on the clave, so it gives a balance in my playing. And I go on with this with the end of 3, top, top, and so on. So this is basically, a workout that I do over different tunes and different odd meters, and sometimes I'll focus on different clave, different way of putting the 7, or just simply playing in 5 or playing in 9, or sometimes just taking different combination of dotted quarter notes over 4/4. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 pa bu du ba du, and again fill in the 8th note pa bu du ba du bu du da bu du ba du bu du da. within a 4/4. So all those possibilities, I find are interesting, give me more vocabulary. But of course, I mean, this is just a workout, just some exercise. When I start playing, I mean, in a way, I'm playing a lot. I'm thinking more loosely. I won't always want to focus on that type of thing. I'll just play with the flow, and I guess I do believe that if you work out properly, when it's time to play, I mean, things you worked on would just kind of come in your playing naturally. It's kind of the idea of somebody want to train for, I don't know, the guy's a runner and do a marathon, and he does some workouts, some muscle work, maybe stretchings and whatever, and then you start running. But when you start running, you will not stop in the middle of a race and start to do some stretching. So when I do this stuff, it's my stretching my time, stretching my ideas, vocabulary. And then when I start playing, it's like when I'm running, well, you just play and you go with the flow. So I think that's really important to not, try to not think that a lot of the exercises I'm given are things I'm actually thinking about when I'm playing. I want to know them so well that I don't need to think about them. I'll play a bit over this tune. And just playing more freely. And that's it. So that will be some ideas for a workout in 7/4, using the clave, the 7/4 clave, removing notes from the clave, adding notes to the clave, and work on the 7/8 clave, and do the same, and also making it, thinking of the half note, thinking maybe 3 bar of 4 and a bar 2, and then playing 6/8 over every one of those 4/4 bars, and going in the triplet, the long triplet, so the coronal triplet over the 7/4, and those kind of ideas. I mean, sometime in faster tempo, I also focus on the whole note, but that's another story. Okay, so well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will make another one on something else. Again, if you have any comments, please. I'll be happy to make a specific video. The video on saxophone and technique and will come soon. I just want to talk a bit of improvisation because it's is something that interests every other players besides sax players. But eventually, I'll focus on you guys. So keep up the good work, and I'm gonna keep practicing my 7/4. Take care. Bye bye.